Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to the first episode of Miller's Music Mondays in the new year. Can you believe it? I'm in the darkness a little bit. I decided to make it a little darker, a little moodier today because my guest is completely in the dark, uh, literally and figuratively. No, I'm just kidding. I can see you. You can't see him, but I can see him, and I'm having fun. But hope you did you guys have a good New Year thing? Hopefully you guys remain safe and we're pretty um you know being safe. That's the thing, right? That's what 2021 is gonna be all about. Figuring this crap out. Anyway, that's not what this show's about, though. This show's about music. So let's get started. I am gonna do some yeah, good evening. Happy 2021. Good, Ragnar. I'm glad. Um, I'm gonna do so. My guest is really special today because we've been friends for a really long time, and he was also originally I knew him when I was in Godhead, and I originally knew him from the Godhead message board forums. That's where we first met, right? Isn't that right? Yeah. So I'm gonna do a Godhead song for you guys to start the show off. This is called "Just Like You" from the Evolver album. Great demise, another life I never reach. Anything I want to, bend the time, hide away behind the mask, mandatory joy. Can't keep them running away. Do you see? This is my destiny. I want to feel like you. I want to live on the things that you always do. I want to feel real good. I want to know what it's like to be just like you. Wait in line, walk the shallow empty halls, terror in my mouth, waiting for you. Start to realize that you're standing where I should have been. Can't keep from falling apart. Do you see? It's my catastrophe. I want to feel like you. I want That was fun. Figuring out what songs work acoustically and what don't have been a discovery of mine in this special time. Oh, we got a hype train going. Sweet. But anyway, let's bring on my guest. My voice is cracked. Let's bring on my guest.
Hey,
Everyone, say hello to Jamison Boaz.
hello everybody. Hello, Jason.
Hi.
Thank you for having me. You guys couldn't hear because I was muted, but I was singing along to that one, harmonizing with you. I love that song.
Oh, good. I'm glad I played one that you liked. Imagine if I played one that you didn't like.
I would be sitting here in the dark.
The
Singing.
embarrassing,
Yeah.
just the embarrassment of it all. You look great, man. Like I love your. I mean, I've been there. I know where you are, but right now it looks like you're in. First of all, it looks like you're underwater at the not the Air and Space Museum, but the Smithsonian Museum of Natural History. Like there should be a giant statue of a blue whale is just off screen.
It is, but my camera just doesn't have a wide enough angle.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, but you definitely look like you're underwater.
Yeah, there's always been a water theme for me.
Um, so your mom's here, which is so funny because my mom usually watches too, but she told me tonight that she couldn't watch because she has to get up really early tomorrow.
Well, that's
So at
actually,
least we have at least one mom representing,
yeah, and that's actually a
right?
good point for anybody, that misses the stream. It's going to be watchable later.
And we have a couple questions already. Excessive force keeps asking some interesting questions. So excessive force. So all right, but before we even get to it, uh, oh, and also your mom's friend Jan is also here.
Oh, hey, Jan, what's up?
Uh, so Jameson and I have a side project, or a project called Rezodrone, and we wrote 3 songs for the game Cyberpunk 2077 together, which are all out. One is available on all music formats, and the other two you can either hear it in the game by playing the game, or you can at least hear them on YouTube. Um, but so one of the questions was, what guitars did we use for Resodrome?
Good question. Jason and I both play ESP electric guitars. Um, I'm actually holding one of the guitars used
Oh,
for one of the songs, and then I have another guitar right here that was actually the song we used for Resistant Disorder.
guess what? My mom's here too. So all moms are
There
here.
we go.
She did pop in. She popped in to say hi.
Awesome. Yeah, so we play ESP guitars. I like to play a 6-string guitar that's tuned to drop B, um, really low, heavy tuning, Fishman pickups, pretty much anything with a big mahogany body, that's nice and resonant and full and thick sounding. And the one that you're hearing on Resistant Disorder is
Oh yeah, the kind of
the
strat shaped body.
yeah, this is an LTD SC607B. This is the Stephen Carpenter signature model, um,
Oh,
the Deftones guy.
oh, I know. I'm very familiar.
Yeah, I love those guys, and I love his guitar sound. And that's the one you're hearing on that. And this is a 7-string tuned to drop A, so standard.
And it's crazy that we got that tone out of that guitar because I would have thought the tone would be flatter.
That's those Fishman Fluence pickups. They
Yeah,
have that
you didn't get
crunch,
my
but
reference, or maybe you did and you're ignoring it.
oh no, went over my head. Whoosh! First whoosh of the night. Me, everybody.
You know what? Here we are. We're talking. Let's give the audience what they want. You're basically going to give us a full band performance right now
Yeah,
from
a
your
lot of
band
my songs, because they're
Epsilon
screamy
Zero.
stuff, doesn't really translate to the acoustic. So I just I put together something that I hope it works. Hopefully there's no technical difficulties, but it's been working great so far. So uh, let's go ahead and jump into this one, I guess. This is an old song that I wrote back in maybe 2000, and actually one of your old drummers really liked it and messaged me. It blew my mind at the time, living in North Carolina.
Which
And
one?
it was Ken.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
I've had a
he
lot of
found us
drummers.
online. Yeah, he listened to it like on the forum, and then he played it at a party, and everybody was like, "Who is this?" And it's like some kid in North Carolina, and he was like, "You need to get to LA." So I'm gonna
That's
play this
awesome.
song right now, man. And
So this was for Epsilon Zero.
this is Epsilon Zero. Everything that I'm playing tonight's gonna be Epsilon Zero songs.
Right. You know, it'd be great if we could play Resodrone songs, but we can't.
We can't yet, but
We
we're working on new
contractually
stuff.
can't.
Yeah, as soon as we get the new
So,
stuff finished, we will.
yeah. Here we go.
This song's called "A Drug Not Meant for You." You felt me open my mind, but it's too late to stop, too late to try to turn back the clock. I have seen all I can stand. I'm turning away, trying to hold on to see another day calling. A friend to find, put it on me. This regret means nothing more to me. Peeling back my senses, opening my eyes. Come on, get up, or you'll be left behind. Come on, get up, won't be forever blind. Come on, get up, one more statistic. Come on, get up, another waste of time. She opens her black eyes to a world as cold and blue. Her words are my master, a drug not meant for you. You felt me open my mind, but it's too late to stop, too late to try to turn back the clock. I have seen all I can stand. I'm turning away, trying to hold on to see another day calling. One friend to find, burn it on me. This regret means nothing more to me. Peeling back my senses, opening my eyes. Come on, get up, or you'll be left behind. Come on, get up, won't be forever blind. Come on, get up, one more statistic. Come on, get up, another waste of time. She opens her black eyes to a world that's cold and blue. Her words are my master, a drug not meant for you. She opens her black eyes, a drug not meant for you. Her words are my master, a drug not meant for you.
Dude,
Oh,
that was sweet.
thank you, man.
See what we can do on Monday nights now. It's crazy, right?
Right?
You're really bringing like a new element to the show tonight. Um, people are like, sick, dude. That was awesome.
I'm really glad to do it, man. It's a real honor to be here, man.
And now I get to play on, as they call grandpa's guitars.
The ones that scare me the most, man. I feel like it's easy for me to hide behind a lot of distortion. I think you're far braver than me.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you saying that. um, I thought for my next song, I would play a song that we wrote together that ended up on my album. But before that, so that guitar that you just played just now, what is that the what model is that one? The V that you played?
Oops, sorry. That is the LTD Aero 1000.
Is it based off of? It's not based off the Alexi model, is it?
No, that one's actually a V shape. The Aero is one that it's got like a little extra kind of cutaway in the back of it.
Yeah, but that reminds me of the Randy Rhoads V that he used to play, kind of the uneven, because it's uneven, right?
Yeah, that's totally why I gravitated towards it, because Randy Rhoads was one of my favorite lead players when I was younger.
Oh, me too, man.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, Randy Rhoads played guitar for Ozzy Osbourne, so a big hero to a lot of us growing up. But all right, well, I'm gonna go. Here I go, acoustic wise. Oh yeah, that's right. Vinnie Vincent also used that offset. But this is one we wrote together that ended up on my album, In the Wasteland. And actually I played a lot on this show, but I've got to play it because you're here, or it would not be right. Just wouldn't be right. And I remember I was writing for the album, and I was like, dude, I need a riff. Right? I was like, I need a riff. I need a badass riff. And you brought me this riff, and then we wrote the song around the riff.
That's it, man.
You remember that?
Yeah. Oh, totally. Was that before or after we did Residrone? I think that was during, actually.
It might have been, yeah, because
the first
I went back and I looked, and the first song that we did for Residrone was like in 2017, and this album came out and my album came out in 2018. We've been holding on to those songs for so long for Cyberpunk, because that game has been in development for 8 years.
Like and the first trailer, the only trailer that we had to go off of for visuals at the time was the 2012 one with the girl with the mantis arms she slaughtered a bunch of people and the bullet bounced off her face.
Oh yeah. We had no idea what we were doing. No. But we guessed right and it worked.
Yeah, we're like, oh, dark industrial vibe. Okay, cool.
Let's do it. Got it. But then right around that time we wrote this one for me. And the label loved it and everyone loved it. So it is on the record. And here we go. It's called No Bridge Left Unburned. We've been known to go round the tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. The riff, dude. Sometimes you got that powerful riff and you just go for it. It
Dude,
inspires. It
the first
inspires you.
time I saw you guys perform it live, it was at the Whiskey, and it was awesome. I loved it. It was so great.
What was it that was it the show in March the first time you saw us do it there? Or before that?
It might have been the show in March.
Hmm?
It might have been. It might have been that show. Well, it was.
Or was it the record release party?
It was the record release party. Yeah.
Cool. But that show in March was like the last show I've played.
I was at I was at both of those. It was the I don't remember if the record release show. I feel like that might have been the first time you guys played that song live at the Whiskey.
Probably.
I think so. Yeah.
Which
Feels
is
like that
why
was
I love doing this so much, honestly, because I miss playing live so much that at least when I play on Twitch and I see the interaction of from people, it really I don't know, it satisfies something in me, the performer in me, you know,
Same
because I've
here,
been
man.
performing since I was 5 in front of people, so I don't know, it's something that, and you know it too. It's like we crave it, right?
Yeah, it's this weird thing. I think there was a point in time where I was like, I'm gonna focus on other things for a while, and I didn't put a band together, and it always comes back to that, no matter what. It's like that's always the thing.
Yeah,
And this is
yeah,
great. I mean, I started doing pre-recorded videos, kind of like this one on my YouTube channel, and just people being able to see it, and I can talk to them, and I mean, it definitely helps.
for sure. Yeah, there's something like people don't understand, like when you're a performer, it's not about you're not, I mean, I'm sure there are people that are doing it for fame or money or whatever, but most of it we just do it to do it because it's something that is inherently a calling for us to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
um,
Like for me, like I've always been weird kid, kind of outcasty kind of kid my whole life, and it was
yeah.
music was the first thing where I could do something that I love to do, and then people that saw it and people that heard it like brought people together, and then it's like-minded people, and like that kind of communal feeling of it. That's the to me like that's the best part of it is the community of music, not necessarily like the like oh I want to go out and party.
No, yeah, I was always the designated driver, man. I was never the partier because something got, was ingrained in me early on, like don't drink alcohol, it'll dry out your throat. So if I was on
Yeah,
tour, I never wanted to drink any alcohol because it was going to dry out my throat
it does
during the
too.
performance.
Yeah, I used to when I was younger I used to party like every night we'd play, and it just yeah it's not healthy, it wears on you, and if you could there's nothing better than feeling like you're at your best, as opposed to like oh we're just having a lot of fun. It's like do you take it seriously, I guess is the question for what it is.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to play us next?
Well, 2020 being a weird year gave me a lot of
What?
time
No,
to
it
work on
wasn't.
oh yeah
Yeah.
come on man. Gave us all a lot of time to kind of, work on some of our things at home. And for me, it was putting out some new songs, new music, and I put out an EP called Solar Flame, which the previous song, A Drug Not Meant for You, actually is on that as kind of like a remake version. But this song is actually called Solar Flame. This is the title track for the EP. And it's just a song about escapism. It's just a song about kind of feeling lost in the world around you and feeling like you just want to escape from everything. And for me, I likened it to flying into the cosmos on a comet. So here
Hey,
it is.
that's I'm down with that.
Here we go.
Okay.
In desolation, I am losing my will to be part of all this madness. I am choking on the air you breathe. Cleanse it all with fire. Turn it back to where it all began. Fall into desire. Chain new life into the heart of man. I want to burn away. Can't bring myself to let go. My star on solar flames. There's nowhere left to call home. And now we're dying. So proud of our twisted selves. Death by progression, a technological mass control. Cleanse it all in fire. Turn it back to where it all began. Fall into desire. Enchain new life into the heart of man. I want to burn away. Can't bring myself to let go. My star on solar flames. There's nowhere left to call home. On solar flame, I burn away. Fuck! I want to burn away and bring myself to let go. My star on solar flames. There's nowhere left to call home. On solar flames, I burn away.
Yeah.
Killed my light.
Debbie wrote bringing the club to us with your music. It's
There we
true.
go.
I need to get a strobe light now, and whatever that is, the water light. What is that light?
It's literally like a $15 kid's bedroom light from Amazon.
And if Spencer Gifts still existed, I bet you could get it at Spencer Gifts.
Dude, yeah, absolutely. That'd be that, and I have a black light. I would have done a little fog or something, but the smoke detectors and stuff.
Yeah, that would be hilarious though if you fogged yourself out of your own house.
I've done it before.
I would
That's how I
love
know
that.
it can't be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so yeah, it totally can be done. I'm gonna grab. So I want to make sure that we get enough songs in too, because this show goes only an hour on Monday nights. I try to keep it exactly to an hour for many reasons. Also because Sean and Jen are my amazing technical directors who are making the show look so cool, are always working so hard behind the scenes, and so I'm gonna quickly go to the next song. But if you guys have any questions, keep those questions coming. Sometimes they scroll by really fast, but we will see them and we'll get to them. I promise. Uh, so I so so you probably the next Resodrome will definitely release something in this year, don't you think?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've got two solo albums coming out this year. Um, the first one on March 5th, and then the second one probably exactly 6 months later because I want to keep the train going. So we should probably make a goal to put out Resodrone stuff before the end of the year.
It would be long before that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the funny thing was, and it kind of goes back to what we were talking about before. When it comes to like writing songs for an album for a label or writing songs for a video game placement, you always end up, unless unless you're just really lucky, you end up writing a lot of songs and then you end up trimming down, to the ones that end up making it. And we wrote a good handful of ideas that
That's right. Yeah,
yeah.
so we're already well on our way. Um, Amber, I moved the date 2 weeks because I wanted to make sure that physical CDs were available for people, and it's just everything's slower right now with in ye COVID times. So I've moved it 2 weeks later. It was going to be February 19th. I moved it to March 5th for a couple of reasons. Just longer lead time helps with a lot of things. But don't worry, it's ready, and it's only 2 weeks later than I originally said. So, yeah. Thank you for understanding. I appreciate that. My favorite Godhead song to perform live. I don't know. It was probably Penetrate because the gas mask was fun and just it was like a different vibe for people. Um, but what was your favorite Godhead song to watch, Jamison? I don't know.
The very this is such a rare story for me. I don't know if it's rare for a lot of people, but it's very rare that I would go to a show not knowing a band and then see them for the first time and become a fan immediately. And it was you were on tour with Marilyn Manson, and you guys came out with The Reckoning, and it just blew my mind. So I think that one's always going to have a special place for me. Just the first time I saw you walk out on stage with your SG and just, oh, it's so good, dude.
Yeah, I still have that SG. Actually, it's right over there. It really needs. It's become a trope now that I always talk about how I need to put new strings on things. And by the way, for everyone who knows my new strings story, I finally brought strings home from the studio. These are my favorite brand of strings, SIT strings, and my favorite gauge and style. But anyway, yeah. So talk about needing to put strings on it. I don't know if I've changed the strings since I took that thing on tour with Godhead. We'll see. But that SG is still around. I couldn't get rid of that one. I held on to it, forever.
I think even since I've switched over to LTD, I feel like most studios and most studio musicians, you have a Gibson and you have a Fender, at least
Sure.
one of each, and then you have like your preferred brands, and like I was on a different brand and switched to this, but that Gibson Les Paul that's off camera is, I think, is akin to kind of like your SG to you. It's just kind of like it's indicative of like a period of time.
Right. Oh,
Favorite.
hi, Lauren. Hi, Oboe Lauren. Um,
Hey, Lauren.
she just resubscribed. Thank you. Always appreciate it. But she is a badass professional oboist. We have a lot of great community here. I love Twitch so much for that. So you need to start a channel.
Me?
You.
Well, now that we, this whole thing here, this setup was a complete setup of necessity, because I would record it, off, live stream, and then put it out and edit the sound and everything together. But now that we've got this set up, it's like now I through necessity, now I can. So yeah, I'm down for it, and just hang out and just be like, yeah, guitar,
Do it, dude. There's a guy that does that. He just is like, so you're fine. There's plenty of people that do that. You're good.
Or I'll scream at video games.
And he shows his Pro Tool, like how he doesn't perform, like 90% of the time he's not performing. He's just showing like his Pro Tools screen.
Yeah, and I love talking.
He's a billionaire already.
Wow.
Not really, but I don't know. Probably.
Yeah, I've used Twitch live streams. I've played Doom and Devil May Cry 5 and just like screamed at the game and cursed and killed demons and stuff, and that was pretty fun. But definitely now that it's set up, music is coming.
Well, we're talking about Godhead so much. Everyone's talking about Godhead in the chat too. I feel like I should play another Godhead song, so I'm just gonna pick one out of the vault and go for it. Why not? Let's see. I haven't worked out. I think the Reckoning could work acoustically. I still need to work it out.
I think
here, you know what? I'll do one that everybody. Everyone requests this one, so why not give the people what they want, right? Okay, you're nodding. Here we go. You know this one, sing along. Eleanor Rigby picks up the rice in the church where a wedding has been. Lives in a dream, waits at the window, wearing the face that she keeps in a jar by the door. Who is it for? All the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong? Father McKenzie, writing the words of someone that no one will hear. No one comes near, look at him working, donning his socks in the night when there's nobody there. What does he care? All the lonely people. Do they all come from? All the lonely people. Do they all belong? Oh, look at all the lonely people. Oh, look at all the lonely people. Eleanor Rigby died in the church and was buried alone with a name. Nobody came. Father McKenzie, writing the words from the summer and no one here. No one can Died in the church and was buried along with the man. Woo.
Nice.
I think I screwed up the third verse. Sorry about that.
Sounded good, man. I didn't notice.
I kind of mumbled my way through it.
Good job mumbling, mate.
But, you know.
That's live for you, though.
That's what makes this unique.
Exactly. You could play the same song like so many times and still for once in a while just, you know.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think Geddy Lee from Rush said he's not comfortable performing a show until he makes his first mistake, and then he's comfortable.
I would agree with that totally.
Yeah, I can get behind that statement.
Yeah, I think
then you're not holding out and
like there's nothing.
You're like, oh, I'm having a perfect show.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a mistake, and then pressure's off.
Yeah. It's like, well, shit. Well, now we can.
But that is never a problem for me because I make guitar mistakes all the time. Luckily, I mean not luckily, but you know what I mean.
There's like I've always really hated that. Like I never put the time into really being like a really badass lead guitar player because I love metal so much and I wish I could always play like that. But I just always felt like it was more fun to just kind of just make the noise.
Chug it out, exactly. Chug, just chug.
Noodling. It's like if I miss a note, I feel like it's just you have to do it right.
Yeah. Well, let's chug it out again. I want to hear another Epsilon Zero song.
All right. This is a weird one. It's heavy, but it's the meaning of it is much lighter. It's not as dark. It's kind of a song about, looking at the world with eyes of opening love, letting that in instead of, letting your life be run by hatred and darkness. And this is called Venus Promise.
Okay.
Passing by, leaving traces in our eyes. The way we show love, the subtle way we tell a lie. We try to leave behind, and is another thing to find. But you will never know the depth to which our heart can grow. Mind's eye open wide, a doorway we were meant to find. Now buried by the leaves of wasted lives and shattered dreams. We fall before the fear of all we have to lose. It doesn't take us 7 cents to realize it's time to wake up. Forever. see the lights go by. I see the lights goodbye. Forever, forever, I won't let you down. Let you down again. Forever, forever, won't let you down. Won't let you down. That was my Geddy Lee moment, bro.
I didn't even notice. I didn't notice at all.
Yeah, it was a guitar fuck up. No,
Didn't
I
notice.
start the whole thing over.
Yeah, just start it again. Yeah.
Now we're having
Have you ever
fun.
done that before? I did that at a show once where I don't know, the beginning just got a full band. It was a Godhead show. I think it was actually at the Viper Room, and we were playing a new song, and just it was so off at the beginning. And we never did this. I just stopped everyone and I was like, let's just start this over again. And I remember that Richard Patrick from Filter was there at the show, and he told me afterwards, he was like, hey, I was really impressed that you did that. Like sometimes it's just not right. You just got to start it over. So I was like, okay, cool.
Especially right at the beginning. If it just starts off, it's just like, whoa, 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 hold on, you know.
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
seen audiences cheer when they see that happen. They're like, hold on a fucking second. Let's start that. Hold on. You know, people like,
Well, I've got one song left, and then I'm gonna let you close this out. But let's talk a little bit before I go, or after I go. We'll talk a little bit more about Epsilon Zero and stuff like that. Because I don't want to like build up a bunch of stuff and then I go. So let me go. I'm gonna go get my last song out of the way, and then the stage will be yours. But before you play us out, we'll touch a lot of bases on a lot of Epsilon zero things, or hero, Epsilon hero. I keep telling you, man.
Epsilon Hero is my gamer tag.
There it is. It's perfect. Okay, as long as you did it. So I'm going to do one of my darker solo songs. This is a song about Jesus is walking the desert from Satan's perspective. It's called Get Thee Behind Me. While he was sailing down the river to the Sea of Galilee, out there the seas and Sadducees to work for me. He was walking on the water near the shores of Magadan. I was hiding in the desert with a wicked plan. I told the man a name, though, and I remember every face. Hanging me wild, and you learned his grace. Making water in the wine, songs in the bell, remembering what he said. Get thee behind me, get thee behind me, get thee behind me, 'cause the devil won't show what it don't know. He was wanted in the wilderness 40 days and 40 nights. Never would have said to him I couldn't get it right. Took him up the highest mountain in the Cuban land. I've just a glimpse of power to make him down. Make him water in the wine, songs in the prayer. Remembering what he said. Yeah, leave behind me. Yeah, leave behind me. Yeah, leave behind me. 'Cause the devil won't show what you know you don't know. Yeah, leave behind me. Yeah, leave behind me. Yeah. Get thee behind me, get thee behind me, 'cause the devil won't show what you know you don't know. Get thee behind me, get thee behind me, get thee behind me, 'cause the devil won't show what you know you don't know.
Nice, man.
Woo. That was a fun one.
Yeah, I love that song too, man. I love all
I
your
really
songs,
miss
bro.
playing that one with a full band, I tell you, because that one just rocks. Everybody goes nuts. Like every band member goes nuts and solos out and just does their thing. It's super fun. Super
Your
super
band
fun.
started ripping too, man. It is glorious.
Yeah.
Everyone's so good.
So if we ever do some Rezo Drones shows, we could do Godhead songs. We could do some of my heavier solo stuff. We could do Epsilon Zero songs. It'd be fun.
Yeah. Oh, dude, absolutely. Be a smorgasbord.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll be able to do that this year. Fingers crossed.
And we do. I think we still have a time limit on when we can play some of the stuff.
Right. We won't be. That's right. We won't be able to play the three. We won't be able to play the song. We should have like a show. The year anniversary of the release of Cyberpunk 2077. We should have a show that night because then we'll be allowed to play those three songs.
Bro.
And in the meantime, I can just go, I can't. Oh, that's it.
Yeah, I can do like one note, and that's it. That's all I can do.
Yeah, I know. Man.
Well, it's kind of funny.
Blah, blah, ooh. Anyway.
It's copyright strike. The copyright police show up at the whiskey.
I
And
know. Hey.
cut the
No, they show up at my door.
shows up in our mailbox the next day. Oh,
While this show was going on, I got a call from one of those. It just said no caller ID. So that's probably the song strike police.
that's them. They're sitting net runners.
They're coming. They're waiting.
Yeah. There's some guy just sitting in a car listening to our music, enjoying it, and we're like, we mention the name, and its phone start ringing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really ironic that
Yeah, it's either that or excessive force. It's either that or it's someone trying to sell me an extended warranty.
or Spectrum.
That's probably it.
Or Spectrum. They want more channels on your TV.
Yeah, it could be Spectrum.
That's usually what it is.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of ironic that we're closing this song out with songs that both have religious connotations, and this is completely unplanned. But with "Get Thee Behind Me, Satan," the story behind that song, and then I was listening like, oh, this is actually kind of perfect. That actually the last song I'm going to play out is kind of has a religious connotation as well, just a different kind of perspective. But it's a weird song because like back when I wrote the song, I was a young man in college, kind of like looking to the future, going like, oh, what if things don't work out? What if that nervousness. But fast forward to now, and it's like this song has a completely different meaning, even though like the words haven't changed, and it still has kind of a religious connotation to it about redemption and trying to find a way to kind of wash away your sins of your past. It just struck me as a little odd that we both kind of chose like a song with these themes.
Well,
right
we're living in biblical times, man.
Right.
We're living in the apocalypse, so I guess it's appropriate.
I guess so. I mean, when this one was recorded, this is the last song I actually recorded this year,
Oh, yeah.
and it was such a weird place. Like after this, just the way that everything happened for everybody, and just sitting here, kind of going like, well, I'm gonna go pull this decade-old song out and take a different perspective of it, and it just struck me as like this really ironic thing that I wrote what I did when I didn't know what I was doing, in life, and then now looking back, going like, oh, like it still applies, but just completely different perspective on the whole thing. And it was a difficult journey to kind of look back on that. And I think sometimes with songs, like it can be that way. You can write something when you feel one way, and then later on down the road, the meaning completely changes, but it still applies to you and just in a different way,
Yeah, and you still bring out the emotions, so you can when you're performing the song, you can remember the emotions that inspired you to write it. So
Right.
You're sort of right, and it puts you back in that headspace.
Yeah, and like some of the songs in this, like the first one I played, like that was very much the case. This one almost hits me harder now because like when you're in your 20s and just starting in college and you write a song and you're like got a little fear of the future, got a little butterflies in your stomach, what if things don't work out, and then like later on in life you look back and maybe some of those things didn't work out, and you have this memory and you have this different perspective, and it's difficult to look back. It's harder to look back than it was to look forward back when you were younger, because you didn't that fear didn't exist. And then this one was definitely instead of someone looking for an answer to a future that they don't understand yet, or that's unknown, this is someone looking back at the question asked, and and wondering like what did I do between that time, and it was a hard journey, and it kind of came full circle in a really strange way.
Well, that is a great intro. Let's hear it.
All right, this song is called "The God Machine."
for the gun machine. To wash away all my dirty sins and make me clean. What if everything falls apart? 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 I know the answer's waiting. One word could break my fall. I know the answer's waiting. Die, the angels sing. My only hope for salvation lies in God machine. God machine. What if everything falls apart? 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 I know the answer's waiting. One word could break my fall. I know the answer's waiting. What if everything falls apart? 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 I know the answer's waiting. One word could break my fall. I know the answer's waiting. What if everything falls apart? 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 I know the answer's waiting. One word could break my fall. I know the answer's waiting. The answer's waiting. I know the answer's waiting.
Yeah, man, I love that song. I remember that song.
Yeah, that was one that I brought with me straight out of college into Los Angeles. That was one of my current ones at the time.
Straight out of college.
Yeah, man. Been a long road, buddy.
Yeah.
That
Well, the road goes ever on.
And we've got so much more great shit to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Everybody, please, I'm going to put, well, your info just showed up there. But please give a warm thank you to my friend Jamison Boaz from Epsilon Zero, Rezodrone, our project, and so many others. Very, very talented guy that I'm proud to call friend. And we didn't even get into like that album that we produced together.
Yeah, like the very first one.
Well, maybe the
You talk about your first round of solo stuff.
no. I'm talking about a different artist. We're not even going to go there. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're laughing. All right, we're not even going. Okay, so all right, yeah. Amber said she followed everywhere she could, so that's good.
Awesome.
Thank you, Amber. And when you start a Twitch channel, we'll be bringing that. So everyone, I'm going to be back on Wednesday for whatever you want Wednesdays, and then Saturday night. Actually, if you're available Saturday night, Jameson, I'm going to do a birthday stream where I'm gonna bring on a bunch of my friends and we're gonna play like Jackbox games and things. So if you're
Yeah,
free, you're invited.
dude, let's do it. Yeah, and I just want to say happy birthday to Papa Boaz. Today is my dad's birthday, so happy birthday, Dad.
Oh, happy birthday to Papa Boaz.
Yeah, and soon to
And
be happy birthday to you, buddy. And thank you for
yeah, in about 49 minutes on the East Coast,
yeah.
it will be my birthday. So yeah, so I figured Saturday was the best day to have like a birthday thing. So let's all hang out on my Twitch stream on my birthday because that's all we can do. We can't even have parties. We can't do anything. It's fine. It's fine. This is life now. This is just what we do.
Yeah,
Uh,
do the best with what you got. You know, that's the best thing to do. Just it's the little things and just hang in there, guys. You know.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. So another thing we do on Twitch is we raid, right? So what we do is we take. Thank you guys. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes, everybody. Um, we take our audience to another audience. And what I thought we'd do is my friend Ryan Cobble's streaming right now, and like Felicia Day's on there, and Amy Akuta's on there, Jonah Ryan's on there, Janet Varney, voice of Korra, who I worked with on Legend of Korra. Let's raid them and see what they're up to. Jameson, I'll be talking to you soon, and hopefully I'll see you Saturday night. And everybody else, I'll be back here on Wednesday at 8 for Whatever You Want Wednesdays, my all request show. I'm going to add more songs to it for you to request. All right. Good night, everybody.